Hey guys, it is September 9th, and this is your science lesson for the day. Today's goal is to be able to look at an invention and explain the impact on daily life. I'm going to pull up this lesson here in a little bit. You can kind of follow along with it if you want to read through it. I highly suggest it. Just kind of read through it when I'm done, because I'm just going to go over the highlights and important components of this lesson. And then we're going to do the task at the bottom kind of together, get you started with it at the end here. So that's your assignment. So here's the lesson. And like I said, the objective is to talk about an invention and explain its impact on daily life. And there's so many inventions out there. A lot of them have molded over time. Some are new and exciting. But most of all, like an invention is really trying to make our life simpler and more enjoyable. And I get to talk about an invention that's kind of interesting. And I'm going to skip to the second page because I think this is kind of an eye-opening thing. So this is a river, and it flows down like most rivers do. But this is two villages that are on this river. So if you look at Village A, what this village does is they dump their human waste into the river at this location. Some of the waste is from people who are sick with cholera or another infectious disease. So they just want to get rid of the waste. Where are you going to put it? Well, dump it in the river. Well, if we go downriver and we look at Village B, this village gathers drinking and cooking water from this location of the river. It is also used for swimming, bathing, and washing clothes and dishes. Now, I hope you're just like, what? Because that is shocking. And this was the reality. A long time ago, this was the reality. And actually, it is still partial reality in many parts of the world. And you can see that there is an issue here, right? You have human waste flowing into a part where they drink it and bathe in it. And there's diseases going on here. And this is how sickness spreads and people become unhealthy. So if we go back up, we're going to look at an invention that is overlooked, often taken for granted. My guess is you use it every day, but the toilet, right? We are so thankful to have a toilet and really just something to not have that type of situation that we just saw. So even though the water can look clean in that river, it's not, and yet we have a toilet to help prevent those things. These diseases are actually still the second leading cause of death of children under 5. It is true in many parts of the world that don't have toilets. Some proof of this here's sanitation coverage of the world. So if you look at the United States, we have 91 to 100% sanitation, meaning we have toilets accessible to 91 to 100% of places in the U.S. Now, if you look down in these darker regions here and kind of all through Africa there, you're looking at 0 to 25% coverage. They don't have proper sanitation. Now, similarly, here's the percentage of people living on less than $1 a day. Well, under 2%, look where that is. Same type of spots. The high percentages in the same spots we saw before, Africa's got a lot of them. So, yes, money and sanitation go hand in hand, as well as kind of having diseases there. So the point is to look at this invention, the toilet, right? And notice what an impact it has for such a simple thing that we take for granted today. So here's going to be your task. And ideally, you're just going to do this right in your science notebook. If you'd rather type it, you can. But I do want to see this tomorrow. But I want you to pick a topic. And any of the ones you see here, or you could choose something else, but just an invention. And then I want you to write 5 sentences of how it impacts the world today. For example, I'm using this toilet example. Here's the paragraph for toilets. So the toilet has been a major factor in improving the health of the world. Its Its inception, along with the sewer system, decreased the death rate by eliminating the cross-contamination of wastewater with drinking and cooking water. The toilet impacts daily life by allowing people to have a sanitary method of getting rid of waste while also maintaining a certain amount of privacy. This invention is not always noticed by people in developed areas of the world, but it is definitely something noticed when not present. This is kind of a perfect example, right? Yours doesn't have to look this good, but I still need 5 sentences explaining how does it impact the daily life. So choose any invention. That's your assignment. Write it in your science notebook or type it, and then we'll take a look at that tomorrow. Good luck.